Hello YouTube, this is Blurred Sci-Fi Gamer. Welcome to Blurred Pokemon Plays, an archive of all of my Pokemon ROM hack development. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, fresh off our victory over Morty. We are heading down on Route 36 to grab the TM for Rock Smash. It's this NPC right here. Right next to the Sudowoodo. You can get it as soon as you get Rock Smash, or as soon as you beat the Sudowoodo. You don't have to wait until Morty. I just forgot to do it. So that's an important thing to get because Rock Smash is a field move, and I did buff it also. It's pretty weak in the vanilla game. I increased its power to 75. It's 100% accuracy still. So think of it now as Brick Break being repurposed. So it still keeps its defense drop of 20%, but it has the same power as Brick Break. So I'm going to pick that up. So now we're on Route 38, and you see we have a major threat here with Quagsire. My team is very weak to Quagsire. I don't have any grass moves. I don't even have a water resist. So this is going to be kind of a challenge. And as we can see, Bodyguard is going to lose this one-on-one. That's one of the features of the ROM hack, is if you do not have good typing and diverse coverage on your team, it's going to be very difficult to brute force a lot of these Pokemon, especially if they're comparable to you on level, because they have very good stats. So nearly took two of my Pokemon to beat this Quagsire. Some of this also, as we're on Route 38 and 39 now, this is Route 38. Some of this also is we have reached the non-linear section of the game, meaning you can go west of Ecruteak, which is the route I'm taking now, or you could go east of Ecruteak and go towards Mahogany City. You can do these in any order. So for this section, between badges 4 and badge 8, so think badge 5 to badge 7, so that's Chuck, Jasmine, and Price. You can fight them in any order. How you should determine that is going to go based off of what your team looks like. If you're like me and you don't have a water resist, you don't have a water type, and you happen to have a strong electric type, I would go take Route 38 and go take the water routes first. If you're already good on the water type, and maybe you have a bad matchup against either Chuck or Jasmine, I would go over and take Price first. He's the ice type gym. And this is important because the wild Pokemon and the trainers through this entire non-linear section are going to be about the same level. They're going to be between the low to mid 20s for trainers, and the gym leaders are going to be about 10 levels higher than that. So that's why you're seeing such a sudden jump in difficulty here. I mean, look at this, level 23 Mr. Mime. We just defeated Morty, and his Pokemon were at level 25, 24, and 27. So that's why there's this sudden spike in difficulty. It's a little bit more challenging up front. That's why I say take the matchup that you like best, but as you get towards the end of this linear segment, it's all going to make sense. You'll start to overcome these trainers a lot more easily. Further down the line, I also did this with Kanto, because Kanto is basically open as well. So you're going to get the same flat leveling over on that section, and we'll get to that in later videos. I completely forgot to give the Chop Rock Smash at this stage of the journey. Definitely is an increase in power from Karate Chop, but you are losing some PP also. So that's something to keep in mind. And as we're going through this playthrough, I am showing you all of the trainers just so you can see The differences, I have not changed any of the Pokemon choices from vanilla, with the exception of if they were very repetitive, but I mostly kept the choices the same. I also took out the illegal Pokemon choices. So if you see like a thing like a level 14 Pidgeotto, if that exists, or level 17, and Pidgey evolves at level 18, I would take that under-leveled illegal Pokemon and turn it back to its base form. So I did fix that part. But for the most part, the Pokemon choices have stayed the same. What I have changed are the levels, and in some cases, especially in the later game, the moveset. I've given them custom learnable movesets. So junior trainers are not going to use any TMs unless they're associated with a gym. So like we saw in the Whitney gym, that they all had Attract. We saw in Morty's gym, a lot of them had Nightshade. I kept it to the level up moves. And this is more of a thing in the later game. When you start fighting trainer Pokemon at level 35, they may have been able to learn 8 to 10 moves by then. I've had to manually pick them to get 8 to 10 of their useful level up moves instead of just the last 4 that they learned. So you'll start to see that as the game progresses, that there was some care in how these trainers were used. They're not all super strong. They don't all have access to TMs, but they are a step up so that you're not mindlessly going through the game. And I did change the wild Pokemon, so you did just see a Miltank at level 17. Wild Pokemon and trainers in this route were in the mid to high teens. They were, for the most part, under level 20. Now the trainers are all over level 20, or at level 20. As for the battling, you see I'm doing a lot of pivoting here, and that's because my team, as I've said many, many times, is not it's not complete yet. The big thing is I don't have a water resist, which is a very important resist to have. So that's why I'm pivoting into Totodile, trying to sack it a lot. This is Moomoo Farm. The Moomoo is sick. So for those of you who have not played the Vanilla Crystal version, this is completely unchanged. But basically, I don't know how many berries it's required to give to the Miltank for Miltank to feel better. But what you have to do is feed the Miltank standard berries. That was a mint berry. And once you feed Miltank a certain amount of berries, Miltank's going to feel better. And then the owner will allow you to get Moomoo milk from the farm. And Moomoo milk, if I recall, is a lot cheaper than super potions and hyper potions, but is pretty effective at restoring a lot of HP. And for the sake of the playthrough, I am fighting all of the trainers, so you guys can see all of them. I'm going to do my best to get 100% of the trainers from the playlist. Sailors. These sailors love their polys. Again, no water resist. Lamb Chops has to take 2 bubble beams. Took those pretty well, actually. Bubble beam is a pretty common mid-game water stab. A lot of water Pokemon now learn it, and it's also TM that you can buy at Goldenrod. So you're going to see a lot of water Pokemon with bubble beam. And stab, for those who are unfamiliar with the lingo, means same type attack bonus. So, as Lamb Chops being an electric type is using Spark, Spark is a 65 base power electric move. With Stab, it becomes just under 100 base power. So it's stronger on electric types than, for example, if Machop somehow learned Spark. It would only be the standard 65 base power. That's what we mean by Stab. And because Miltank is so fast, Machop can't run from it. So we're just going to have to fight our way out of this one. Oh, that's not a trainer. Huh. I wonder what she's doing there. Oh boy. Back at, yeah, you again. The feeling is mutual. There he goes again. Always pushing and assaulting his way. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and join our community.